Once again, Melania Trump is noticeably absent from Mar-A-Lago. She was nowhere to be seen at Donald Trump's Super Tuesday victory party. During the holidays, Melania was also missing from family photos. However, her absence from Mar-A-Lago events and her diminishing presence by Donald Trump's side have become a trend. But a new photo has emerged, showing Donald Trump with an individual named Paulo Zampoli at Mar-A-Lago, raising intriguing questions. There's a lot of curiosity surrounding who exactly Paulo Zampoli is and how he connects to Melania Trump and her history. Stay tuned to find out. Here's an interesting tidbit from the New York Times article titled, "When Donald Met Melania, Paulo Was There." It sheds light on Paulo Zampoli, an immigrant to the United States who ventured into the modeling agency business in the mid-1990s. His agency hosted parties in Manhattan, notably at the Kit Kat Club, where affluent businessmen mingled with models recruited from abroad. Among these models was Melania Trump, who caught the attention of Donald Trump when Paulo introduced them at the Kit Kat Club in 1998. Following their introduction, Melania's visa paperwork seemed to receive expedited processing. This raises questions about the circumstances surrounding her immigration journey. Was there any influence exerted to fast-track her paperwork? These questions linger, challenging the narrative that Melania's path to citizenship was straightforward. Now let's delve into an intriguing clip featuring Melania in a past interview on Fox. Now let's take a closer look at this revealing clip. In the interview, Melania asserts, "Facts are that I always obey the law. I have all the documents. I have a very clean past." Her confident demeanor suggests a strong adherence to legal procedures. However, her statements become more intriguing when contrasted with her actions and the questions raised about her immigration history. Moreover, in another interview, Melania engages in a discussion with Joy Behar, during which she launches into a critique of President Obama. She raises doubts about his citizenship status, echoing conspiracy theories prevalent at the time. This stance adds layers to the ongoing scrutiny surrounding Melania's own immigration journey and adherence to legal protocols. Now let's delve deeper into Melania's remarks about her own documentation. In this clip, she addresses the issue of birth certificates and citizenship, offering insights into her perspective on the matter. Melania begins by discussing the necessity of presenting birth certificates when applying for American citizenship. She emphasizes her compliance with these requirements, stating, "I needed to put mine anyway because if you want to become an American citizen, you need to put them the birth certificate." Furthermore, Melania provides details about her own birth certificate, highlighting its origin from Slovenia. This disclosure sheds light on her background and the documentation associated with her citizenship process. In the exchange, Melanie also touches upon the controversy surrounding President Obama's birth certificate. She acknowledges having seen it but expresses skepticism about its validity, referencing the distinction between a birth certificate and a certificate of live birth. Melania Trump's remarks on the controversy surrounding President Obama's birth certificate provide insight into her perspective on the issue. In her comments, Melania addresses the demand for President Obama to produce his birth certificate, suggesting that it has become a focal point of public discourse. She points out the potential implications of this demand, highlighting the broader implications for individuals born in Hawaii. Melania argues that if President Obama is expected to present his birth certificate, it sets a precedent that could affect others' eligibility for presidential candidacy. Furthermore, Melania emphasizes the widespread interest in President Obama's birth certificate, noting that it extends beyond Donald Trump's inquiries. She suggests that the American people, regardless of their political affiliations, are curious about the document's contents and view it as a matter of public interest. Melania acknowledges the existence of President Obama's birth certificate, citing its availability for public viewing in Chicago and online. However, she suggests that it differs from the standard birth certificates, implying that there may be discrepancies in its content or format. Despite Melania's call for President Obama to release his birth certificate, she expresses doubts about its effectiveness in quelling the controversy. She attributes the ongoing discussion to media scrutiny rather than Donald Trump's persistence in raising the issue. Melania Trump's remarks on immigration and her treatment of immigrants have sparked controversy and raised questions about her stance on the issue. In a speech delivered during her time as First Lady, Melania expressed gratitude to law enforcement officers and thanked them for their service. However, her remarks took a sharp turn when she began discussing immigration. In the speech, Melania's tone shifted to one of condemnation towards immigrants, which many observers found troubling. She seemed to imply that immigrants posed a threat to the country and suggested that law enforcement officers were on the front lines in protecting against this perceived danger. Melania's speech underscores the broader debate surrounding immigration policy and the treatment of immigrants in the United States. Her words have reignited discussions about the role of immigrants in American society and the need for compassion and empathy in addressing immigration issues. Critics have pointed out the irony of Melania's statements, given her own immigrant background. Some have accused her of hypocrisy, questioning how she can justify harsh rhetoric towards immigrants when she herself is an immigrant. Melania Trump's remarks, particularly those captured in a recording during a Christmas tirade, have drawn widespread criticism for their apparent lack of empathy towards immigrants. In the recording, Melania expresses frustration with the perception that she is complicit in her husband's actions and policies. She dismisses concerns about separated families at the border, questioning why similar outrage wasn't directed towards previous administrations. Her comments have been characterized as callous and indifferent, especially considering the plight of migrant families who have been affected by harsh immigration policies. Critics argue that Melania's words reflect a troubling lack of compassion and understanding for those experiencing hardship. The recording also sheds light on Melania's perception of the media and her frustration with how her messages are portrayed. She suggests that the media is biased against her and her husband, perpetuating a narrative that undermines their efforts. Melania's remarks highlight the contentious relationship between the Trump administration and the press, as well as the broader debate over media bias and accountability. Despite promises to make her immigration paperwork public, Melania's actions have not matched her rhetoric. This discrepancy has fueled speculation and raised questions about the transparency of her immigration history. Critics argue that Melania's failure to follow through on her promises further erodes trust and credibility. Melania Trump's public appearances have been sporadic, with her most recent sighting on December 15th at a speech in Washington, D.C. While her presence at the event was notable, the reasons behind her invitation and the context of her speech remain unclear. In her address, Melania discussed her immigration journey, shedding light on the complexities of the process and the legal assistance she received. During her speech, Melania emphasized the nuances of United States immigration laws and the intricate legal language involved. Despite her dedication to navigating the system, Melania admitted that she lacked legal expertise and eventually sought professional counsel to guide her through the process. She credited this legal assistance with streamlining her journey to naturalization. Melania's remarks underscored the rewards of her efforts to become a naturalized citizen, despite the numerous obstacles she encountered. Her speech provided insight into her personal experience with immigration and offered a glimpse into the broader complexities of the immigration system. Returning to the topic of Melania Trump's immigration journey, let's delve deeper into the role of Paulo Zampoli and the questions surrounding Melania's visa application. Paulo Zampoli, an immigrant himself, founded a modeling agency in the mid-1990s, through which Melania Trump became acquainted with Donald Trump at a party held at the Kit Kat Club in 1998. Following their meeting, Melania's visa paperwork was expedited, reportedly leading to her acquisition of a Genius visa, a designation typically reserved for individuals of exceptional talent or achievement, such as Nobel Prize laureates. The circumstances surrounding Melania's visa application raise pertinent questions about the expedited process and the criteria upon which her eligibility was determined. What specific details were included in Melania's application, and how did she qualify for the Genius visa? Moreover, what role did Zampoli play in facilitating Melania's immigration journey, particularly in relation to his modeling agency and the events hosted at the Kit Kat Club? These questions underscore the need for transparency regarding Melania's immigration path. In August 2016, Simon Rosenberg and others posed inquiries about Melania's immigration history, urging the Trump campaign to provide clarity on several key points. Despite Donald Trump's assurances to address concerns about Melania's immigration status, unanswered questions remain, leaving room for speculation and doubt. Among the questions that demand clarification are those pertaining to Melania's work visas prior to obtaining her green card in 2001. Documentation of these visas and their applications could shed light on Melania's employment history and visa status leading up to her permanent residency in the United States. Similarly, details surrounding Melania's acquisition of her green card in 2001 warrant scrutiny. Was her green card obtained through employment sponsorship, family sponsorship, or marriage to Donald Trump? Another aspect of Melania Trump's immigration history that warrants examination is the purpose of her early travels to the United States. Can Mrs. Trump provide details regarding the dates and reasons for each of her visits to the U.S. prior to her permanent relocation in 1996? Furthermore, was Melania engaged in any form of employment during these visits, including unpaid work? It's worth noting that an associate from Melania's past, Paulo Zampoli, has publicly stated that she resided in the U.S. before obtaining a work visa in 1996. Given that U.S. immigration authorities maintain records of individuals' travel history, disclosing this information would contribute to a clearer understanding of Melania's immigration narrative. Another area of concern pertains to whether Mrs. Trump misrepresented her educational background on her immigration applications. Did Melania claim to hold a college degree in her applications for work visas and a green card, considering that possessing a college degree could have influenced her visa? Eligibility, clarification on this matter is essential. Recent revelations indicating that Melania may have exaggerated her educational credentials underscore the gravity of the situation. Lying on immigration applications constitutes a serious offense in the United States, and the public deserves to know if Melania Trump committed immigration fraud in her pursuit of citizenship. In light of the lingering questions surrounding Melania's immigration journey, transparency from the Trump campaign is imperative. Releasing Melania's complete immigration file or authorizing the U.S. government to disclose it would provide much-needed clarity on the matter. Given the potential legal ramifications, including the possibility of loss of citizenship, it is in the best interest of all parties involved for Melania and the Trump campaign to be forthcoming with information. By opting for full transparency, they can address concerns about alleged immigration violations and uphold the integrity of the immigration process. Looking ahead, simply releasing any documentation related to Melania Trump's work visas from the 1990s and her green card application, along with the card itself, could have largely quelled the ongoing speculations surrounding her immigration history. However, the Trump campaign's failure to provide these documents indicates a struggle to reconcile the discrepancies between the official narrative and the emerging facts, which have already cast doubt on the authenticity of Melania's story. With Donald Trump's vehement emphasis on enforcing strict immigration laws, there exists a pressing need for his campaign to address the legitimate concerns raised by Melania's ambiguous statements regarding her journey to the U.S. It's imperative for Mr. Trump to illustrate to the millions of immigrants he has criticized that the principles of law and order apply universally, encompassing both them and his own family. Moreover, if the Trump campaign fails to undertake a thorough investigation into the reported discrepancies highlighted by reputable news outlets such as Politico, Bloomberg, The Washington Post, and Univision, it would be incumbent upon leading lawmakers to intervene. They should compel the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security to initiate a formal inquiry into Melania Trump's immigration history, especially concerning her contentious arrival story. By taking decisive action, they can ensure accountability and uphold the integrity of the immigration process, thus reaffirming the rule of law for all individuals, regardless of their status or background. So, there you have it. And let's not forget about the Genius Visa. Remember when Melania blatantly ripped off and plagiarized Michelle Obama's convention speech, word for word? Let's revisit that moment, shall we? Now, when I look at this situation, it's clear to me that this story transcends Melania herself. It speaks volumes about the hypocrisy, gaslighting, and cruelty that pervade the Trump family and the broader Republican Party. They seem utterly unwilling to engage in any meaningful self-reflection or criticism, even when faced with glaring red flags like this one. Just take a moment to imagine if the tables were turned. What if Dr. Jill Biden, Michelle Obama, or Hillary Clinton were in Melania's shoes? We can all predict exactly how they'd handle the situation, given their track record. It's a stark reminder of the double standards and selective outrage that often define political discourse. Melania Trump's continued absence on the Donald Trump campaign trail is becoming a PR problem. Donald Trump's triumphant night on Super Tuesday marked a significant step towards securing the Republican Party nomination for president. However, Melania Trump, his wife, was notably absent from the celebration at Mar-A-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. While speculation swirled on social media about her absence, many acknowledged the likelihood that Melania is grieving the recent loss of her mother, Amelia Knavs, who passed away in January at the age of 78. Despite the understandable reasons for Melania's absence, her non-appearance alongside Donald Trump sparked various theories and discussions online. Some social media users humorously suggested that Melania might be waiting for her contract to kick in, implying a contractual obligation tied to Donald Trump's political success. Others drew comparisons between Melania and Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, humorously suggesting that they might be sharing a moment together. The playful banter on social media, while speculative in nature, reflects the public's curiosity and interest in the lives of prominent figures like Melania Trump and Kate Middleton. Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, who once shared a close friendship with Melania Trump and authored the book Melania and Me, The Rise and Fall of My Friendship with the First Lady, offered her perspective on Melania's absence from Donald Trump's victory party. Wolkoff emphasized that Melania's presence at the event was not necessary, as the majority of Donald Trump's supporters are focused solely on him. According to Wolkoff, these supporters do not require the presence of Melania or any other member of the Trump family to maintain their loyalty. However, Donald Trump recognizes the importance of optics and understands that having Melania by his side can positively influence public perception. Being acutely aware of public opinion, Trump acknowledges that many Americans are curious about Melania's whereabouts. He previously hinted at Melania's upcoming appearances, indicating that she would be more visible in the future. Trump explained during a Fox News town hall that while Melania may not enjoy the spotlight, she is motivated by the desire to see the country succeed and supports his endeavors. Despite Trump's assurances of Melania's increased visibility, she has yet to fulfill this promise. Her absence from the Super Tuesday party held at their residence further fueled speculation about her role in Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Donald Trump previously claimed his wife will be involved in his campaign. Melania's last public appearance alongside Trump was noted at a campaign event held at their Mar-A-Lago estate. Yet her prolonged absence from subsequent events continues to draw attention. Despite the speculation surrounding her whereabouts, Trump has consistently reassured his supporters that Melania will play a role in his campaign. During one instance, he asserted that Melania shares his vision of making America great again and emphasized her upcoming active participation. Trump also hinted at seeking her advice, although he did not elaborate on the specific nature of her involvement. On another occasion, Trump stated that Melania would accompany him frequently, citing her support for his initiatives and her desire to witness the nation's success firsthand. However, Melania herself has remained silent on the matter, refraining from commenting on her potential engagement in Trump's campaign activities. As a result, Trump's assurances regarding Melania's involvement remain unverified until further notice. Donald Trump's scandals may have played a part in Melania's absence. Speculations have arisen in the past regarding Melania's prolonged absence, hinting at reasons beyond a mere desire to distance herself from the White House. According to a source, the legal controversies surrounding Trump have played a significant role in deterring Melania from actively engaging in political matters. The insider suggested that while Trump's family was actively involved in his previous presidential campaigns, Melania's enthusiasm for such involvement appeared to wane as controversies and scandals intensified. As a result, the extent of her participation in the upcoming campaign remains uncertain. Moreover, the source speculated that Melania's reluctance to partake in important campaign events could stem from her desire to shield their son, Barron, from excessive media scrutiny. Protecting Barron from undue exposure to the media spotlight may be a priority for Melania, considering the implications of involving one's family in political affairs. Okay. Now let's delve into some intriguing details about Melania and Donald Trump's relationship. The revelation about Donald Trump's alleged request for Melania to wear a bikini at Mar-A-Lago has sparked further intrigue. Recently leaked audio recordings from Australian billionaire Anthony Pratt shed light on this incident, along with other interactions between Trump and Pratt during his presidency. The recordings, obtained by the Australian 60 Minutes in collaboration with the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age, were also shared with the New York Times. In addition to the bikini incident, the recordings capture Pratt discussing how Trump disclosed classified government information, including details about American nuclear-powered submarines and their weaponry, during their conversations. Pratt reportedly shared this information with numerous individuals, including foreign officials and journalists, raising concerns about potential breaches of national security. The leaked recordings offer insights into the dynamics between Trump and Pratt, particularly regarding Trump's behavior at Mar-A-Lago. In one instance, Pratt recounts Trump's suggestion that Melania should flaunt her appearance in a bikini to impress his friends. According to Pratt, Melania responded with a witty retort, indicating that she would only comply if Trump did the same. Donald Trump has vehemently denied the allegations stemming from the leaked recordings involving Australian billionaire Anthony Pratt. Trump took to Truth Social to denounce Pratt as a red-haired weirdo from Australia and dismissed the reports as fake news. He refuted claims of discussing American submarines with Pratt, but acknowledged conversations about job creation in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Trump's response targeted the New York Times, accusing them of biased reporting and neglecting to seek his comment. He criticized the media's reliability, labeling it fake news and asserting they prioritize sensationalism over accuracy. A spokesperson for Trump echoed his sentiments, dismissing the reports as lacking proper context and relevant information. These denials come amidst a larger legal battle for Trump, who faces federal charges for mishandling classified documents upon leaving office. The charges, including mishandling top-secret information, resulted from a 2-year investigation by special counsel Jack Smith's office. Pratt, a significant donor to Trump, finds himself entangled in the legal proceedings and is listed as a potential witness in the trial set to commence in May 2024. The leaked recordings, which have surfaced amid the ongoing legal saga, shed light on Trump's interactions and conversations with Pratt, adding another layer of complexity to the case. In conclusion, Melania Trump's conspicuous absence from recent political events, coupled with ongoing speculation about her involvement in her husband's campaign, raises intriguing questions about her role and motivations. As the public awaits further developments, it's essential to consider the complexities surrounding Melania's choices and the potential impact on her family. What are your thoughts on Melania's absence from the political spotlight and its implications? Feel free to share your insights in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on Melania Trump's intriguing past and her current endeavors. Until next time, bye for now.